What's something that you could do to help yourself close more sales that most salespeople are not willing to? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about closing. Now, here's the thing. A lot of salespeople out there, a lot of people that you think are your competition, they're not that good. There's price matchers, they're discounters, and most salespeople are lazy. And I know you're not because you're watching the video to get better. So here's the thing. I'm going to teach you this process of something that you could do that's very low cost but very high effective for you. And what you're going to do is once you're done with your sales call, you're going to sit down and you're going to write down as many questions as you come across. Now, you're just going to write down the question to begin with. So, why should I go with you? And you're looking for all the questions over time that are meant to stump you. And so in order for you to be a closer, you're going to have to learn how to be quick on your feet. Now, one of the coolest things you could do is you could take improv classes, and that works to an extent. But what you need to know is what are all the common ways that somebody can give you an objection in your industry, or what are all the common questions that you're going to come across that typically stump other people. Now, most salespeople don't think like this. They leave the sales call and they're like, I'm done. I've done all my work. I'm tired. I'm not going to do anything else. Well, the best thing that you could do is you could have an after the sales process and think about the things that you've learned and the things that you've done and make some notes. I kept a journal, and my truck got broken into at one point, and the thing that just irritated me the most was they stole my journal. Like, the person probably looked at it like, oh, what's this? And throw it away, right? But it was years of content from you. It was a hardbound journal. I think I paid $10 for it. And I kept a section in the back for the most frequently asked questions, and then questions that over time stumped me, so that every time that I would go back to a call and someone would throw that question out in one form or variation or other, I'd be like, I've already dealt with this. I already know what's going on. Now, one of the ways that you can shortcut this is you could go to somebody who's a closer, and you can offer to pay them for their time. Right? And I see salespeople do this a lot. They are so scared to invest themselves. The average salesperson spends less than $25 a year on their own sales training. That's one good hardbound book. That's like 2 months of Audible. Right? There's a lot of things that you could do for $20 to $25. And a lot of times closers are gracious people. They'll be like, dude, just buy me lunch. Right? Yeah, just take me out and buy me lunch, and I'm more than willing to answer all your questions. Oh my goodness. Right, so you could ask them, hey, what are these questions? I got this question that stumped me. How would you deal with it? And sometimes you may not have to pay the person, but pay them anyway. Like, buy them a drink, buy them a coffee, take them to lunch, give them something for their time because they put in the time, the energy, and the effort. Okay, so develop this list of questions, frequently asked questions, questions meant to stump you, but you're going to have to do some work to make this happen. It's not good enough to think about it. It's not good enough to put it in your head and sit there and say, well, I've thought about this, I've internalized it. You need to put pen to paper. Or here's the other thing that you could do. I've got Android phones. I don't have the Apple. There's probably some version of doing this with the Apple products, okay? There's a notepad. I keep an open document on my phone, on my home screen for videos to shoot. I'm always looking for content because as of today, I've got 1,771 YouTube videos up. 1,771 YouTube videos. I'm constantly looking for content. Right? You could do the same thing. You could open up a file. You could put it on your screen of your phone, and just every time that you come across a question that stumps you or an objection that you weren't able to overcome, put it in that file so that when you get a chance to talk to somebody who's a closer, or you get a chance to internalize it, you have the ability to do some work. So there you go. Build a master file of content. I watch movies. I love watching movies. And I love to watch dramas because usually like lawyer dramas and political dramas, there's always some statement made at the height of tension that I could use in a sales process. There's always something that I can pick and pull from it. So I have, like on that same file that I have that's open, I have phrases that I could use in my sales process, some go-to word tracks, okay? So there's plenty of different things for you to do. You just have to think of different ways to make this happen. And once again, most salespeople are lazy. They're not willing to do this. It's so easy for you to outwork your competition. It is so easy for you. Just 5 or 10 minutes more in a sales call, you will do much more work than the people that you work against. If you have all these frequently asked questions about sales and frequently asked objections or frequently given objections and you've internalized it, you are so much further than the other person. So I believe in you. I know you could do it. You've watched this whole video. You have the capability. Now you got one thing to do at this point, just one thing. Somewhere there's a subscribe button. Somewhere. It could be on the sides here. It could be in the box down below. Find the subscribe button, click subscribe. So every time I got new content that comes out, you will get an update. I think there might be a bell next to it that says, hey, let me know when new content comes out. But you'll get an alert. It'll be like, Scott's got new content for you to check out. So thanks for dropping by. We'll see you soon. Aloha.